Hi everyone, this is Tony. I'm here at the Lawazi Data Hackathon in Cape Town, and we have one of our participants here with us. So tell us about yourself.
Yes. So thank you so much. My name is Michael Ochola. I am from Kenya. Specifically, I work with African Population and Health Research Center, and I'm excited to be here.
Okay, it's really great to have you with us here, Michael. So can I ask what institutions are you from? So what type of work do you work on? Like what type of pathogen do you do?
So thank you. So I work with African Population and
Okay,
Health Research Center
okay,
based in Nairobi. We have a regional branch in West Africa,
right.
that is Dhaka in Senegal. So I work as a data scientist, and one of our pioneer projects called Data Science Without Borders is very keen on making data discoverable.
Okay,
Yeah.
so your institution is sort of based in Kenya and you collect sort of samples from the population around West Africa?
Yes, so we are based in Kenya, and we also have a regional West African office
Okay,
that is based in Dhaka, Senegal.
okay,
So one of the projects that has made this possible is called the Data Science Without Borders project, and
okay,
this project is based in three countries. So that is Ethiopia, Cameroon,
okay,
and also Senegal.
I
So
see.
one of the things that we want to achieve in this project is federated analysis,
Right,
and to implement federation in those three countries, attending workshops like this Ilwazi hackathon
helps you.
really brings that ability to be able to uh, make the project move in that direction.
Okay, and can I ask, did you sort of study science at school? How did you sort of move into a data science role?
Yeah, thank you for that question. So I studied computer science,
Okay,
for my undergrad, and then later on studied a master's in applied statistics. So that actually positioned me to be able to lead and work around the data science research.
okay, that's quite interesting. So you sort of are in a programming role essentially for many years now, and you obviously studied computer science, so you are more sort of able to fit with this, digitization of data. And on the African continent, there are several challenges. There's power issues, there's infrastructure. Your institution probably struggles with funding. You probably don't have a really powerful HPLC. So, what are the challenges that you sort of deal with?
So thank you for that question. I think in the African context, and specifically for our context as in Kenya, there are a lot of issues. For example, funding is an issue.
Yes.
There's a lot of funding gap and a lot of funding cut. But if we move to the implementation phase of most of the data science project, there is limitations in terms of being able to access compute,
Yes.
and even where access is available, we are kind of limited in terms of do we have this sort of work that we do hosted on cloud, or do we have it hosted on premise? So if we go the cloud path, most of the projects are kind of short-lived. Most of funded projects are kind of 2-year projects. So if you go to the cloud approach, once the project ends, and what happens to the hosting, what happens to some of the work or some of the programs that you've implemented that are running on the cloud. So that is where we are thinking of innovative ways to start looking at hybrid approaches,
Okay.
where we can have part of the infrastructure work on cloud on demand, and then we also have setups that can run on premises for sustainability.
Yeah, you make a really good point because a lot of the funding you sort of get from the global north is only for, 1 year, 2 year, 5 years. There isn't, funding for 10 years. So once the funding ends, the challenge comes, you have all this data. If you store it on the cloud, that's security. You have to pay maintenance fee.
Yes.
If you store it locally,
Yeah.
it's a lot of data. It's gigs and gigs, hundreds of gigs. So
Yes.
you need to have a powerful machine. You need to have, also local security and power to
Yeah.
make sure that it's safe.
Yeah.
So there's a huge issue there. Um, as you sort of do your day-to-day work, what are some of the ethical challenges that you have? Do you deal with local government, hospitals at all?
Yeah, so mostly one of the major local challenges that we have is data sharing.
Okay.
So you realize that most projects that are funded and need to analyze data at some point,
Yes.
you need to talk to data producers and agree on how to share the data.
Okay.
And this has been a challenge since most of collaborators sometimes are hesitant to share their data,
Yes.
and that has led us to a path where we are thinking of how can we solve this human problem technically by coming up with solutions, by coming up with approaches that can make data sharing
More accessible,
more accessible.
more fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then, we sort of, in this age of AI where people are using it, almost every day, and especially the developing countries,
Yeah.
Chat GPT, people access it on their smartphone.
Yeah.
Do you use AI at all in your work, or does your institution promote AI? Is there some framework?
Yeah, so we use AI in APHRC,
Okay.
data science department. We have projects that are running on a number of platforms that are being built. Some are ongoing.
Okay.
That we are trying to leverage, especially large language models,
Yes.
to be able to help in policy analysis. And one caveat to this is that most of the people that we work with are kind of hesitant to be able to make some of these large language models access their data. So there is need to have decentralized kind of thinking
Okay.
around deployment of large language models. So, like, if you look at most of these large language models, they are developed by the bigger companies, the
Yes.
Googles, the
Yes.
Facebooks, and stuff. But it's good that now we have open source versions,
Okay.
yeah, that can actually be deployed on premises, and it means that you can actually now have a large language model, not necessarily sharing your data to the outside world.
Yeah.
But if we can have like smaller deployments
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
can control using this open source, like the OLAM models, then that I think would be something that would be interesting to, not only to the research world, but even to
The
the
local
commercial,
company.
yeah, to the commercial
Okay.
people who don't want their data. Probably it could be proprietary data to be shared to their competitor in the long run.
Yeah, I think as you adequately put it, these large language models are built by large corporations,
Yeah.
and there is, that incentive. They want to make profit.
Yeah.
So you want to sort of have AI agents that can be deployed locally, and then you can obviously perhaps power it on a laptop or with your machines at your own institution, where you can upload your data and then have that data analyzed locally, so it doesn't have to go through an intermediary. Okay.
The autonomy.
Okay, and then in that sense, you're 100% sure that your data is secure, and then you have control over how you analyze the data, and you take full responsibility for your own data.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I see that point. And then, what are some of the challenges as you sort of work through? You're a data scientist. You probably deal with, many different requests. What are sort of your day-to-day, issues that you deal with?
Yeah, so as a data scientist and someone who works on a number of data science projects, some of the challenges that we deal with is being able to manage concurrent projects.
Okay.
So there's that need to be able to
Multitask.
multitask
Yeah.
here and there, and these are different projects with
Yes.
different implementation timelines.
Sure.
And so there's that need to be able to handle that.
Yeah.
And secondly is the upskilling.
Okay.
There's a big need to always upskill
Right. Right.
as a data scientist because technology lifespan is very limited.
Yes. Yeah.
Within 5 years, you have a new technology leading a space. So there's always that need to keep up.
New knowledge upskilling. As we come to sort of this end of this interview, I want to ask you, Michael, for some, people that's listening to this that might be, starting the university career, they might be in high school.
Yeah.
What are your advice for the next generation of scientists?
So my advice to the next generation of young upcoming data scientists is to embrace the growth because data science will not be a destination, it's a journey. And this journey starts at some point, so it probably starts at that level that you feel the need to transform the society using data.
Yeah.
So once you have achieved that form of feeling, then you need to start
Sort
learning.
of find your passion and going.
Yes, and then also you need to collaborate with more and more people
Yeah.
that will help you build that skill.
Yes.
And then you also need to register maybe and pursue higher education, maybe a master's.
Okay.
Or take some certifications to help you solidify some of the skill sets. But lastly, what is important is to be able to showcase some of the things that you've built, and this is really important, especially when you show to your future employers and future teams that you'll be working with, that at least you build something and
Have a track record.
From an experience.
Yeah, to show that you have done this. No, I understand. That's very useful, Michael. Thank you very much for your time, sir.